Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series of Operation Research subject. The code of this subject is ME405 and unit number is second is here, and this is lecture number 8. Myself Rahul Kumar, Assistant Professor of Department of Mechanical Engineering, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur, and today I will teach about the transportation topic and different types of transportation methods. And for the transportation problem we require some methods, just like as a Vogel approximation method, northwest rule method, or corner method, or different types of methods like and the models also, and the warehouses and demand, how much is supply and demand for this case. We will study about the transportation method. Now move to the next slide. And this is the what main problem is here. What is transportation problem? Main problem is here. What is the transportation problem? The transportation problem is a special type of linear programming problem. Means this type of transportation problem, this is just related to the linear programming problems. In this problem, the objective function is minimize. The main objective function is minimize the cost of distributing a product from number of sources or origin to a number of destination. Means you transfer one product from Delhi to Jaipur. So Delhi is the source and destination is Jaipur. And because of its special structure, the useful simplex method is not suitable. For solving transportation problem. And these problems requires a special method of the solution. A special methods of solution. And we can say that transportation model addresses the concept. Of moving a thing from one place to another place without change, and it assumes that any damage in route. If any damage in route has negative consequences, and so it's used to analyze transportation systems and find the most effective or efficient route which minimize the cost of the transportation. And the model requires only a few elements. Means for the transportation problem, some models are required, and these models are origin and source, which is applicable only to supply, and destination. This is the end point of this transportation. And third one is unit cost of shipping. It means per unit cost. Suppose you want to ship or if you want to send suppose this is a one calculator. You want to send this calculator Jaipur to Delhi. So for shipping only one calculator, this is a very big task, and it consumes very large amount of money. But in the case of, if you want to ship 10,000 pieces of this calculator, 10,000 of these pieces of this calculator, this is very easy. This is very easy, and it reduces the cost of the transportation also. It reduces the cost of the transportation also, right? So transportation provide a easiest method. Transportation provide a easiest method to transport a thing from source to destination. From source to destination is here, right? And this is the aim of transportation problem. Here are the several aims of the transportation problem. First is to find out the optimum transportation schedule. To find out the optimum transportation schedule, keeping in mind cost of transportation to be minimized. Means main objective of the transportation is cost of the transportation which is minimized, and the origin of transportation problem is the location from which shipment are dispatched. The origin of the transportation problem is the location from which shipment are dispatched. And the third case, the destination of the transportation problem is the location to which shipment are transported. Means these are the three cases. And third one is unit of transportation cost. Unit of the transportation cost, it is the cost of transporting 1 unit of the consignment from an origin to destination. Means origin to destination. So these are the three pillars. Three pillars gives the aim of the good transportation, right? And then objectives of the transportation problem, and these are the objective. Okay, and for the objective function of the transportation problem, which determines the transportation plan of a single commodity from a number of sources to a number of destinations also, and such that the total cost of the transportation is minimized. This is the main objective of the transportation problem. The total cost of the transportation problem is to be minimized, right? And then move to the next slide. And these are the some application. These are the some applications of the transportation problem. And applications in the sense of applications define the how to transportation is work in this present time of industry, in the present time of industry, and it is used to compute transportation route in such a way as to minimize transportation cost. The second application for this case, it is used to find location of transportation. It is used to find the location of transportation corporation reports where the insignificant total cost difference may not matter, and the minimization of transportation cost for finding out location of warehouses, and in the third point, minimizing shipping cost from factories to warehouses, minimizing shipping cost from factories to warehouses, or from warehouses to retail outlets, or from warehouses to retail outlets here, and determine cost location for new factory, and determine the cost location for a new factory and warehouse, office or other outlet facility, warehouses, offices or other outlet facility. And one application is find the minimum cost production, find the minimum cost production that satisfied firm demand and the production limitation, that satisfied the firm demand and production limitations, right? This is the main application. And then move to the next application. The transportation problem is one of the most frequently encountered application in real life situation and is a special type of linear programming problem. Means if you want to transport the onion from Alwar to Jaipur or Alwar to Lucknow, then you need a transportation, you need the transport to transfer the onion from Alwar to Jaipur. So transportation, this is just like a physical phenomena, or it is used in daily life situation, and the transportation problem indicate the amount of consignment to be transported. The transportation problem indicate the amount of consignment to be transported from various origins to different destinations, so that the total transportation cost is minimized, without violating the availability constraints and the requirement constraints, right? Means that this type of application is occur without violating the availability constraints and the requirement constraints also, and this is the move to the next slide. Here this define the two types of transportation problem, and these transportation problem are balanced transportation problem and unbalanced transportation problem. For the case of balanced transportation problem, where the total supply equally total demand, if the total supply is equal to the total demand, this problem is related to the balanced transportation problem. This supply is equal to the balanced transportation problem. And unbalanced transportation problem, where the total supply is not equal to total demand. If supply is not equal to the total demand, this is called the unbalanced transportation problem. I will discuss in the next slides about the what is problem related to balanced transportation problem and what type of problem related to unbalanced transportation problem, and phases of the solution of transportation problem. Here phases are, in the case of phases, two type of phase are present. First phase is obtain the initial basic feasible solution. First phase is obtain the initial basic feasible solution, and second is obtain the optimal basic solution. These are the two phases of transportation problem. For these two cases, different type of methods are used, and according to the phase of solution of transportation problem, these phase divided into two groups. First is initial basic feasible solution, and second is optimum basic solution. Second one is optimum basic solutions. And in the first phase, First phase is divided into types of method. First phase is divided into three types of method, and second phase, optimal basic solution phase, is divided into two type of method. And for the initial basic feasible solution, first method is northwest corner rule. Northwest corner rule. This is a NWCR method, and second one is a least cost method, LCM method. This is the LCM method, least cost method, and third is here Vogeli approximation method. This is sometimes called VAM method. Short time called this is a VAM method. And in the second case, optimum basic solutions, these are two types of method. One is modified distribution method. It is called MODI method. And second one is stepping stone method. Stepping stone method. This is the second method, right? So these are the some method which define the transportation problem, right? Then this is the next slide for the northwest corner rule, which is in short term called is NWCR. NWCR. For the definition of the northwest corner rule method is, the northwest corner rule is a method adopted to compute the initial feasible solution of the transportation problem. Initial feasible solution of the transportation problem, and the name northwest corner is given to this method because of the basic variable. Because of the basic variable are selected from the extreme left corner. Selected from the extreme left corner, and it is the most systematic and easiest method. Means this method, northwest corner rule, this is a very systematic and easiest method for obtaining initial basic feasible solution. Initial feasible basic solution, right? And these are the three steps. These are the three steps follow for solve any problem related to transportation. And the step number first. The step number first, select the upper left cell of the transportation. Select the upper left cell of the transportation matrix and allocate minimum of supply and demand, that is minimum A1 B1 value in this cell is here. A1 B1 value in this cell is here. And for the step number 2, in step number 2, if A1 is less than B1, if A1 is less than B1, then allocation mode is equal to the supply available at the first source or A1 in the first row. Then move vertically down to the cell 2, 1, and this will be more clear in the next coming slide in the example also. If A1 greater than B1, if A1 is greater than B1, then allocation made is equal to demand. Allocation made is equal to demand of the first destination, and B1 is first column. Then move horizontally to the cell 1, 2. Then move horizontally to the cell 1, 2. If A1 equal to B1, then allocate the value of A1 or B1. Then allocate the value of A1 or B1, and then move to cell 2, 2. Then move to cell 2, 2 is here. and then again follow the step number 3. Suppose this is a one question uh, which is related to the transportation northwest corner rule method, and for this question, in the table three sources A, B and C. In the table three sources and C with the production capacity of 50 units, 40 units and 60 units of product respectively is given, and every day the demand of the three retailers D, E, F is to be furnished with at least 20 units, 95 units and 35 units of the product respectively. The transportation cost are also given in the matrix. So move to the step 1. Check whether total demand is equal to the total supply. Total demand is equal to the total supply. In case the demand is more than supply, then dummy origin is added to the table. The cost associated with the dummy origin will be 0, and for step number 2, select the northwest or extreme left corner of the matrix and assign as many units as possible to cell A and D. Cell A and D within the supply demand constraint, such as 20 units are assigned to the first cell that satisfied the demand of destination D, and while the supply is in surplus, now assign 30 units to the cell AE. Since 30 units are available with the source A, the supply gets fully structured. Right? So for this, this is the table of this question is here. This is the source, and this is the uh, source to this is the demand, and here is supply, and DEF, these are the demands. Suppose source A, but the demand is here 5, here is 6, B for 6, C for 3. Similarly in the case of E and F also. Then the demand is here 20, 95 and 35. Demand is here 20, 95 and 35, and supply is here 50, 40, 60. 50, 40, 60. It is equal to demand and supply. This is the 150 and 150. Here this is the balanced transportation problem. Means in the previous slide, just you see what is about the balance or unbalanced. This type of balanced transportation problem and unbalanced transportation problem. In the balanced transportation problem, where the total supply equal to total demand, and for the unbalanced transportation problem, where the total supply is not equal to the demand. So here demand is equal to supply. So this is a problem related to the balanced transportation problem. For this balanced transportation problem, here is now move vertically and design 40 units to the cell B and E. Suppose here is supply is less is here for 40, right? So you can write here 40, right? So here is supply and demand both are equal. 40 minus 40 is it will get 0, right? And supply source B is also fully structured, and again move vertically, assign 25 units. Again move vertically in this row, right? Vertically, and assign 25 units to the cell C and E, and demand of the destination E fulfilled. Move to the horizontally in the matrix and assign 35 unit to the cell C and F. This is the cell C and F also. If you minus here 60 minus 25, 60 minus 25, this will, it will get a 35 value, right? 35, and here the location for the 35 cell is here CF, right? And then both the demand and supply of the origin and destination get structured. Both the demand and supply of the origin and destination get structured. Now the total cost can be computed. Now the total cost can be computed. The total cost can be computed by multiplying the units assigned to the each cell. Assigned to the each cell with the concerned transportation cost. So initial transportation cost, just like the total cost equal to 20 into 5, 30 into 8, right? 30 into 8, 40 into 40 into 6 plus 25 into 9 and 35 into 6. So the total cost is here 1015. So this is the answer of this question. So this is the answer of this question is here, right? So the total cost of this item is here 1015, and this is the problem related to the northwest corner rule method. And the second method, what the second method is? Least cost method. Second method is least cost method. Here you consider only least cost, right? For this problem, just this is the least cost method contains, which uses the least cost method, transportation problem balanced or transportation problem unbalanced also. Means these are the content of this least cost method is here. And means the some cases where the least cost method is used, where the least cost method is used. First case is financial analysis, second is economic analysis, third is risk assessment, fourth is transportation, and fifth is environment, right? So these are the 5 factors which relates the least cost method, or where least cost method are required, right? For the least cost method problem, here this is the source and this is the destination. This is the source and this is destination, and this column relates to the supply, and this is the demand. This is the demand. So these are assumed this is a stores, and assuming these are the industries, right? Sources are industries and destination are stores. Then this is the cost of the product. Cost of the product, here supply is 50, 40, 60. Supply is 50, 40, 60, and the demand is here 20, 95, 35. 20, 95, 35, and the demand is here 150. So the total supply is equal to total demand. Total supply is equal to total demand. So this is a problem related to the balanced transportation problem. This problem again relate to the balanced transportation problem, but here method is different. So what is the method is here? Method is least cost method, right? For the solution of this problem, that you move to this step here. Here you consider the least quantity, just like here is 3 is the least quantity, but here this first you take the minimum cost. Suppose in the description the minimum cost in the matrix is rate 3. Minimum cost in the matrix is rate 3, but there is a tie in the cell BF. B and F is here. C is also two types of C and CD. Now the question arises, in which cell we shall locate. In which cell we shall locate. Generally, the cost where minimum quantity can be assigned should be chosen to obtain the better initial solution. Therefore, 35 units. Therefore, 35 units shall be assigned to the cell B and F. So you here assigned 35 units. Here assigned here is 35 units. So the remaining unit is 35. 40 minus 35 is 5, right? So this is equal, but here is 5 is difference. So this 5 I am again written in this 6. Right? So here we cross this 4 and only remaining is 5 is here. So 5 is here. Again the minimum cost in the matrix is rate 3. Again the minimum cost of the matrix is here rate 3. Therefore 20 units shall be assigned. Here is minimum unit assigned is just like as a 20, right? Shall be assigned to be cell C and D. With this the demand of retailer D gets fulfilled. With this the demand of the retailer D gets fulfilled and only 40 units are left. Only 40 units are left with the source C. Only 40 units are left with the source C is here. So here is 20, at 20 minus 60 this is a 40 units are left. So here you can write 40 units. Here is 5 units are left, we can write here in this column, right? And then move to the next step. So the next minimum cost is 8. So the next minimum cost is here 8, right? Assign 50 units to the cell AE. Assign 50 units because here supply is 50. Assign 50 units from the supply of the source A get structured, and the next minimum cost is 9. We shall assign 40 units here. 60 minus 20 is here 40. 40 units to the cell CE. This is the cell CE. With this both the demand and supply of the all the sources and origin get structured. Here all the sources and destination are get structured. Then the total cost of this item is here 50 into 8, 6 into 5, 20 into 3, 40 into 9, 35 into 3. So just like here 50 into 8, 5 into 6, 35 into 3, 20 into 3 and 40 into 9, and the maximum minimum value for this case is here 955, and the total cost can be calculated by multiplying the assigned quantity with the concerned cost of the cell, So therefore the total cost is here 955. Then move to the next. This is the second problem related to unbalanced problem. Relates to the unbalanced problem. Just you see in example. Here is a demand is 250, 250, 500, and demand is equal to the 1000, but supply is here 5 plus 300, this is equal to 800. So in this case, supply is less than demand. Supply is less than demand. So this type of problem related to the unbalanced problem. Here the total supply is less than the total demand. Total supply is less than the total demand is here, right? So this is a problem related to the warehouses. Here is plant is here A and B, and this is the demand, and here is supply. And workstation or destination, we can say that destination is here W1, W2 and W3, right? So in this example, here the total supply is less than total demand. So this problem relates to the unbalanced transportation problem. Then and move to the next section of MCQ problem, multiple choice question. Here these MCQ problems, the allocated cell in the transportation table, the allocated cell in the transportation table are called, these cells are called which are allocated, this is called the occupied cell, this is called the occupied cell, right? So right answer for this question is occupied cell is here, right? And then move to the second question. The second question related to the transportation problem. VM stands for the VM stands for the just like as a Vogel approximation method. So this is the right answer for this question. Vogel approximation is the right answer for this question, and value addition method and the value addition method, Vogel approximation method, and Weigen approximation method, and none of these. All of these answers, only one answer is right. This is the Vogel approximation method, right? And then move to the next problem. And this is the initial basic feasible solution to a transportation problem. Initial basic feasible solution to a transportation problem can be found out by the WAM method, Modi method, both A and B, and none of these. WAM, Modi, both A and B, and none of the above. So the right answer is here is Modi method. This is the right answer for the correct for this problem. And then move to the next question, question number 4. And this question uh, is applied to determine the optimal solution. Is applied to determine the optimal solution. So this is the for the optimal solution. Just we applied the WAM method, right? The correct answer for this question is here WAM, right? So move to the next question number 5th also. For this 5th, a transportation problem. This is a very good question. A transportation problem is said to be a unbalanced. This transportation problem is said to be a unbalanced when total supply is not equal to the total when the total supply is not equal to the total cost, total demand, both A and B, and none of these. So the total supply is equal to the total demand. Total supply is equal to the total demand here, right? So the correct answer is B. B is the correct answer for this question, right? And then move to the next question. And next question, MCQ question for a minimization transportation problem. For the minimization transportation problem, the objective is to minimize profit, is to minimize the main objective is minimize the profit, cost, solution, none of these. The correct answer for this question, just you wait, that you think about this question. For the minimization of transportation cost, transportation problem, the objective function is to minimize the cost. This is the right answer. Minimize the cost, right? And the next question is an important operation research technique to analyze the queuing behavior. Queuing behavior just like game theory, waiting line theory, decision theory, and simulation. And what is the correct answer for this problem is here? This is the decision theory. This is the correct answer for this problem. And then move to the question number 8. So move to the next question. Question number 8. An organization chart is an example of an organization chart is a example of ionic model, mathematical model, analog model, and none of these. What is the correct answer for this question is here? The analog model. This is the correct answer for this question. So any organization chart is a example of a analog model. Is an example of a analog model. And then move to the next question. Next question is here. Operation research has the characteristics that is done by the team of, just like a scientist, mathematician, academics, all of the above. Scientist, mathematician, academics, and all of the above. So the correct answer is here all of the above, right? This is the correct answer for this question. Means all type of people, just like a scientist, mathematician, and academician, all are used the operation research, right? And move to the next question. This is the operation research techniques help to find the feasible solution, infeasible solution, optimal solution, and none of these above. Then what the correct answer for this question? Just to wait 10 seconds for this problem. The correct answer for this is very easy question. The correct answer for this problem is C. C is the correct answer. So optimal solution is the correct answer. So for the today lecture, MCQ problem are finished, and then come to the some introduction of the uh, next lecture. So in the next lecture, suppose this is a unbalanced problem. Suppose this is a unbalanced problem which relates the different types of method, just like the northwest corner method, or Weim method, or Modi method, or you can solve this problem also any kind of method, right? So for the solution of this problem, I will discuss in the next slide. I will discuss in the next video about the unbalanced problem which are related to the Weimar northwest corner rule method, right? Northwest corner rule method. And thank you for this lecture. Thanks again.